You've faced your demons in your mind. You were able to hear all your past traumas. You were able to listen to them. You're able to say, okay, now I can now talk to people about what I went through. I'm no longer embarrassed. I'm no longer ashamed. Being ashamed is one of the biggest things that people nowadays, in their minds, kill them from moving forward. I'm ashamed of myself. We are humans. But then again, if you always think that we're humans, you will always just be a human and always make the same mistakes.
You began with a dream, a vision of what you could be. You've gotten a measure of success, but now that success has become a trap because you're addicted to what you've been. But that's not all that you're capable of. That's not all that you have to offer. That's not all that is within you. You've got to be willing to keep evolving, keep changing, keep developing. When they close out one door, you have to realize that a house is made of many doors. So open the next door and see what's behind it. And if you have to take down walls in order to expand your reach, your realm, your gifting, your talents, then do so. But keep evolving.
Turn your wounds into wisdom. You will be wounded many times in your life. You'll make mistakes. Some people will call them failures. But I have learned that failure is really God's way of saying, excuse me, you're moving in the wrong direction. It's just an experience.
It's your unlimited desires that are clouding your peace, your happiness. Every desire you have is an access where you will suffer.
Don't stop running toward your dream. It's very important as you hold on to that dream. There are moments when you're going to doubt yourself. There are rough times are going to come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass. It's very important for you to know that. Don't say I'm having a bad day. Say I'm having a character building day.
Every man has two lives. And the second starts when he realizes he has just one.
At some point in life, we got to wake up and we got to say no more. We got to wake up and we got to say, man, this is it. We got to wake up and say, I'm going to make a change, a difference. We can't just be online watching things, saying amen, all the things and go back to the same things, y'all. It doesn't work like that. Hearing things is great, but you know what? Doing things and taking action, that's what's going to make change in your life. You need to start making some decisions. You ain't got to change everything, but you need to say, you know what? This is the one thing that I'm going to stop being loyal to. This is the one thing I'm going to start being loyal to.
You've had enough disappointment. Sometimes your brain doesn't want to get disappointed, so it's a permanent problem. No problem is permanent. Only your soul is permanent. Nothing's forever. Everything changes. Everything eventually ends and something new begins. That's part of life. Those are the seasons of life.
You have to lose your fear of failure. Failure is a part of the process. People who never fail, never try. You have to fail. You got to get it wrong to get it right. You learn nothing from winning. You only learn from your failures.
You see, God did not leave you on earth so you would suffer. He left you behind so that you could tell the story. Most people will live, and when they die, the generation that they were around will be the only ones to ever know their name. But then there are those who will echo into the future, and the only way they echo is through the lives of their grandchildren, their children, and they will echo through the lives of the things they do that are epic, that touch other people's lives. You are the echo that gets up every morning, that gets the chance to live out a legacy and leave your name, their name behind.
A lot of people talk about discipline. Okay, great. Why do you fall off the wagon? Why can't I continue with this routine? Going to the gym, being better, waking up early, eating the right foods. It's because maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your wife, maybe it's your job, and it's all just stuck in your brain. You don't have it compartmentalized and organized in these nice shelves. So where am I gonna put discipline?
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same.
The more responsibility you take on, the more meaning your life has. And the higher degree of responsibility that you agree voluntarily to try to bear, the richer your life will be. It's like it's weight, it's responsibility, but there's glory in it. There's real glory in it. There's deep meaning in it.
Yes. Life can be overwhelming. That's the way life works. It is testing you. It is going to throw problems at you, and it is going to throw them at you all at the same time. This is the way life works. Murphy's Law. It is easy to feel beaten when you're faced with all those problems at once. But let me tell you, that does not mean give up fighting. In fact, it means the opposite. It is time for you to fight harder, to dig in, to go on the warpath, to assess what the problems are and decide which one you are going to attack first.
You must make moves in life. You cannot remain the same. Who you've been and who you were is not sufficient for where you're going. You must change. The environment that you grew up in is not one that you're trapped in. Because no one else won, no one else made it, doesn't mean that you won't, doesn't mean that you can't. What it means is that it's time for you to get sick and tired of seeing the same old. Get frustrated with what was. Get excited about what can be. Your past is behind you, but it is a roadmap of what to do and what not to do. It was a lesson, teacher. It was something that trained you for where you are today. But where you are today is just a pit stop. Refuel, recharge. Get over the drama from your past. Use it as fuel to keep going. There are other laps in life that you must take. There are other people that you must pick up and provide passage safe for your family, because it begins with you. It only takes one person to start a new chain. But the one thing that is mobile is you. Your hopes, your dreams, your purpose. Get up again. Try again. Live again. Hope again. Touch other lives and leave your legacy. For the grave will wait for us all, but there's no reason for you to wait by the grave.
Because along the process, what's more important, what you acquire or who you become? And a lot of people think what they acquire is the thing that makes them who they are. No, it's who you become in the process of chasing what you want to acquire, right? Change expectation for appreciation. Extract the lessons and the blessings from the situations that didn't turn out the way you wanted them to turn out. But most importantly, man, approach it and eliminate the outcome.
This is your season of comeback. It's happening for your life. This is a season where everything changes for you. Everything changes for you, but you gotta claim it. You gotta own it. This is the season where everything that you're going through, everything that you've been through that didn't make sense, this is the season where it's gonna make sense. This is the season where all those losses in the past that didn't make sense, all the setbacks, all the no's, this is the season where you get that yes where it makes sense.
Go through the archives, dig it up, study it, and then use it for yourself.
It's how you gained mastery. See, feeling confident is because that's what you feel after you've done it over and over and over again. But true confidence begins the moment you're willing to try.
We are taken apart slowly, convinced to take an easier path, enticed by comfort. Most of us aren't defeated in one decisive battle. We are defeated one tiny, seemingly insignificant surrender at a time that chips away at who we should really be. It isn't that you wake up one day and decide, that's it, I'm going to be weak. No. It is a slow, incremental process. It chips away at our will. It chips away at our discipline.
When you invest in something and you hustle and you work for something, you got a different type of attachment to it. You're going to have a cold day in hell for somebody to try to take this from you.
There will come a time where you will have to leave the grave. You'll have to leave the grieving. You'll have to leave the hopelessness, because the very people we've been grieving, the very people who once gave us hope, the very people that we miss, would love to see us thrive. They would want to see you live life in such a way that it was big enough to cover not only your life, but their life. Give them something to be proud of. Let their life not be in vain, but take the vein that they gave you of love and blood and purpose and do something with it. Get up off the knees. Use the things that are instilled in you. Walk out this path so that they can see that what they gave echoes in eternity.
Staying motivated. Don't worry about motivation.
That you were born to do something great with your life. That you're enough, that you're special, that you're favored, that you're chosen, regardless of where you come from, regardless of what you've been carrying with you. But every day, some of us are killing ourselves with the shame we carry from something we've done, some humiliation, some fear. We put this gun to our head every day that tells us we're not enough. We're not strong enough, pretty enough, smart enough, favored enough, that we're doomed. And we carry these guns in our head every day that shame us, that take our confidence from us, that steal our joy. And there's a better way forward. You can put those things down in your life. You can decide today that you were born to do something great.
Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. Keep working. Keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
Because what you're doing is you're trying to optimize right now to stop the discomfort. But what you're going to pay for that in is shame and guilt and regret long term. So what you need to be able to do is bundle all of that up that is as yet unfelt, but will last for way, way, way longer. You know, the future is much longer than now. Right. The future is going to extend out up until the day that you die. And the now is just for now. And even 130 hours is just 130 hours. And you get to look back. And do you look back with pride and glory? Or do you look back with shame and guilt?
The reason you need profound things is because life is actually a profound problem for everyone. I mean, you can shelter back and live a very conservative existence, and it doesn't stop you from having to face the ultimate questions of life. It would be better if you could, I think, if you could confront them full on. There are going to be times when you're in an emergency room and, you know, prone to panic and to cry and to break down and to collapse and to be of no use to anyone around you. And that's not the right way to be. The right way to be in a situation like that is to be strong and reliable, and I don't think you can do that without being wise.
If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it all on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. And so hold on when there's nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Stop being driven by rewards. Stop being driven by outcomes. Stop being driven by, if I get this, I'm gonna do this. Just work. And if you don't get what you thought you were gonna get, show up and still go to work.